gamers, it is me again, Put McGee, and I know it has been quite some time since my last video. Yes, I know, you've been waiting anxiously for probably over a month now, but I am back, and I should just tell you that I was moving, and I just had kind of a lot of things going on. I didn't have internet for a little while because of the switching apartments and having to get, things transferred over and set up new. But here we are back, and I won't go into more details about my personal life, but we're going to play some Magic. And for comebacks, we're trying to bring Boros back. And I've actually been playing with this deck a lot lately, and it's been really, really nice. This Boros tokens deck is kind of an aggro, has some kind of mid-range elements to kind of keep the deck going throughout, against those other mid-rangey decks, things that are going to have removal for our early stuff, so we can kind of keep the deck going. But we'll get into that in a second. And if you notice, you might see me moving around a bunch. It's because I converted my desk to a standing desk, so I can kind of do some of those. Yeah, and if you're wondering why things are a little bit weird, it's a new place, a new location, new me. No, I'm still the same old person. We're just doing things a little different now. So let's get into this deck. Obviously, we're going to be running Hero of Precinct 1, and this is kind of the meat of the deck, right? This is going to be producing a lot of value for us every time we play a multicolored spell. And so in the past, yeah, we've got Hero of Precinct 1. Obviously, we've got Heroic Reinforcements. Those two work super well together. Anytime, even if it's just one hero, and then you play one reinforcements, it's a lot of value. So much value. It's wonderful. So we got that, of course, obviously. But the new things that we have that you might find interesting are Knight Vanguard. This is one that I originally had just like a 2 of, I think, but I bumped it up to 4 because why the heck not? This card has been great for me. So good in this deck. It's multicolored, so it produces a token when it enters the battlefield or when you cast it. As long as you have Hero Precinct 1 out, obviously, which we generally want to do. It produces a token that way, and then every time it attacks, it's going to be creating a 1/1 white soldier creature token that's tapped and attacking. That's just nice to continually get that value, and you can usually attack with Knight Vanguard a lot because it's flying and it's not going to be blocked by a ton of things. So this is a good way to actually deal with Planeswalkers, because one of the ways this deck actually is kind of weak is Planeswalker removal. We got some creature removal worked in here, but dealing with Planeswalkers can be tough, so we like to have flyers to get over the defenses and attack Planeswalkers. So we got 4 Knight Vanguards and actually 3 Knight Legionnaires. Those work pretty well together. And I like the Legionnaire because it's multicolored, it's flying, and it's got haste, so we can kind of keep damage coming pretty quickly into our opponent's face. Obviously, we're going to be running a couple of legendary multicolored Boros creatures here. So we got 2 Tajik Legion's Edge. You could probably bump this up to 3, but I find 2 is pretty good because Tajik he's pretty vulnerable. With 2 toughness, he can die to a shock. He dies to quite a few things. And we're going to be wanting to attack with him pretty much immediately, and that's why he's so good in this. He's got haste, he's got mentor, so we can actually make our Hero of Precinct 1 a 3/3 as soon as we play this. If it's into an open board, we can attack with both of them. That's pretty nice. We also have Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice, one of my favorite cards in Standard right now, and one of my favorite cards in Boros. It's just a ludicrous amount of value in this deck. It's a big old flyer. It has a combat effect, makes our creatures stronger. It gives them trample and vigilance if they're red and white. And yeah, it also has mentor, so that's wonderful. This is one of the things that's gonna sustain us throughout the game. If we need a blocker, Aurelia. If we need something to mentor, Aurelia. If we need a flyer to get in some damage, Aurelia, because she's gonna be able to give herself vigilance and trample. Ooh, that's juicy. I like that. What have I not talked about? Okay, so some of our removal here, we've got Lava Coil and Justice Strike. Lava Coil, unfortunately, is not multicolored, but we do need something that, gets rid of things. Yeah, and Justice Strike doesn't always do it. There are going to be a lot of creatures out there that their attack is lower than their toughness. So that's just, it's not going to kill everything, but it does deal with quite a few things that we, want to get rid of, and it's multicolored, so it triggers Hero of Precinct 1, but we also run 3 Lava Coils. So yeah, that's good. You could consider instead of Lava Coil running like Prison Realm, something like that. It's not multicolored either, but Prison Realm does also deal with Planeswalkers. It's just a little more expensive. That's one of my main issues with it, and it's not permanent removal. It doesn't put it to exile like Lava Coil does, which is actually very nice. Other things we're running that are not multicolored. There's a couple things in here that are not multicolored that I feel like we really have to have, even though generally we want to be triggering Hero Precinct 1 with everything. We've got 4 Gods Willing. This is a very important card because it allows us to keep Hero Precinct 1 and other things that are important to this deck, keep them alive in, kind of a control meta right now. We've got, Esper is running rampant, other things that have a lot of removal. And even against mono red, this is actually very good because it can keep our things alive long enough for us to get value out of them and fight back against those other aggro decks. So that's pretty nice. We also have 1 copy of Hanged Executioner, and the reason we play this is because A, it's a flyer. B, it creates another token. That's also very good. And the main reason we play, the C reason is probably the most important one, is that it has this spend 4 mana, it's 3 and a white, to exile itself and exile a target creature. This is another form of removal that I felt like we really needed. And, because this is about dealing damage, and this is just straight up exile it. So things that, we're not going to be able to kill with damage that are like, very big creatures, or I can't think of, I guess something with indestructible, right? Something with indestructible, we can get rid of it with Hanged Executioner, so that's pretty nice. And to top things off, we do have 2 Divine Visitations. This is not something I was originally running, actually. I thought, those 1/1 white humans, those 1/1 human tokens are not going to be not really cutting it for me, So I like running Divine Visitation in this. We have tons of ways to create tokens. Obviously, we've got Heroic Reinforcements, Hero of Precinct 1, but you can't forget about Knight Vanguard and Hanged Executioner. So we have a lot of token sources in this deck, which I really appreciate, and it feels wrong to not play Divine Visitation. You can probably cut this to 1, but I think I like having 2, so we hit it a little more consistently. If our games are going into the late game, we want to be playing Divine Visitation. Other things I haven't talked about yet. 2 Response Resurgence. Honestly, I think this is an underrated card. First of all, it's it's removal. It can deal 5 damage to a target attacking or blocking creature, so that's a combat trick that's pretty nice. But I think the biggest thing, the most common use of this card is Resurgence, right? You spend 5 mana, creatures you control gain First Strike and Vigilance until end of turn, and after this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. It just gives you an extra attack phase, which is pretty freaking sweet, especially if you have, say we have a Knight Vanguard and an Aurelia on the field. That's a load of value in 1 turn because it gives them a Vigilance so they can attack again, right, obviously, and First Strike so you can attack a little more aggressively. Even if they have defenders that could block you, First Strike may be able to help you get over those blockers. And then a lot of times a deck just won't be ready, like your opponent won't be ready to handle another, a second attack phase immediately. So you just win in that case, right? If you can attack, get in a lot of damage with Aurelia, because her ability is going to trigger twice. The beginning of combat on your turn, you choose up to 1 target creature you control. It gets +2/+0. That can trigger twice and gives you 4 total extra damage. Also, she's got Mentor twice, so that's wonderful. And then 1 card I haven't touched on yet is Chance for Glory. This also, again, you don't see this played a lot because it's not amazing, but every now and then, this will be the card to save your butt in a game. Creatures you control gain indestructible, take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. The reason I like this deck so much is because we're kind of an aggro deck, right? And there are a lot of situations we'll get in where we'll be like, crap, we don't have control of the board anymore. We've got to be aggressive here if we want to actually win the game because our opponent's getting to where they're about to win. Either they're mid-range or control deck, or I guess also against mono red. Sometimes mono red can end up being kind of grindy games because we're just removal back and forth. But this can really, really come in clutch. If you know you're going to lose on the next turn, to your opponent's attack or to damage to the face from mono red or something, you can go ahead and play Chance for Glory, get an extra turn. Even if you don't know if you're going to be able to win on that turn, you can hope you get lucky, right? Hope maybe your opponent makes a mistake or you draw into Heroic Reinforcements that will win you the game. In a lot of cases, that can happen. So yeah, this is a wonderful, wonderful little piece in here. I think probably 1 is enough. I thought about trying to run 2, get this off a little more often, but I think you really only want 1 because you don't want this to show up in your hand early on and just be like, well, I'm not going to play this ever. So yeah, you really only want 1. So without further ado, let's get into some gameplay. Okay, here we are, game 1. We're actually playing in ranked right now, ranked I think gold 4. I've actually, so there was a little while where I wasn't really playing a whole lot, and now I'm back in it. And do I like this hand? It's kind of okay. I think I'm gonna keep it. We got lands that we need. We got, you know, a creature to play, and God's willing to protect it. We'll keep this. I've actually climbed with this deck. It's been very good for me so far. I don't have exact stats on it right now, but it's been pretty nice. Been pretty nice. Okay, Swamp. Knight of the Ebon Legion. That's a big old bummer, dude. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna be a little aggressive. We're gonna go ahead and play this guy, Knight Vanguard, and I would like to have a blocker for Knight of the Ebon Legion. Of course, this might just get like cast down or Legions ended or something like that, but we'll see. We will see. Hopefully, we can come up with some removal here before things get too crazy. Down to Vanguard, that's fine. Okay, so they did that. They spent the 4 life so that this will get an extra counter. I kind of understand doing that. Do we play Sky Knight Legionnaire right now? I kind of think we don't, and we'll just play God's Willing. Use maybe Sky Knight Vanguard as a blocker for Knight of the Ebon Legion, because they're probably this turn going to buff it up, give it +3/+3 and Death Touch, and just attack. In which case, I will just block and give this protection. Cast down. Yeah, we'll do that instead. That's fine. Either one works. So this, let's see if they attack. Wait, that's a black spell. Don't. Oh, wonderful. Don't want to pick the wrong color there. Resolve that. So this is actually pretty good. Hero Precinct 1 here. We'll also have another God's Willing for it, just in case they try to cast down again on something. We can protect it. Pass to attackers. Let's see if they attack. I mean, I guess they attack. I can't block this because I gave it protection from black. If they spend 4, I think I don't block. I think I need to keep Sky Knight Vanguard alive. And this attack will not trigger their Knight of the Ebon Legion. Okay, well, they do that anyway. They're playing a very risky with that, like they're really going hard to buff this Knight of the Ebon Legion up. But I mean, I guess it's working. Let's go ahead and get in some damage here. I mean, we create a 1/1 soldier. I'm just going to get blocked by the knight. Unless they just don't want to risk them not dying if I have like a combat trick or something. So they may just take that damage. I'm guessing they have a way to gain a lot of life. Probably turn 4 they're going to play a Sorin to give their people lifelink. Yeah, okay. They let the damage through. That's super okay. End turn. Legion's Landing. Okay, not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. And there's a Legion Lieutenant. Not surprising. So do they attack here? Let's pass to attackers. I'm actually going to block this. Okay, they spent the life. Protection from white. Do I want that? I feel like I need, like, I really need a heroic reinforcements here. I'm actually going to bottom that. If I get a Divine Visitation, if I get another land, I'm in a much better scenario because I can... Dang, that sucks. Oof, that's pretty kind of a bummer. Okay. I needed a land there or a heroic reinforcements. See, Also, if I attack, let's attack with Knight Vanguard. So they're going to block this 1/1 with their lifelink vampire, in which case I just strike their Legion Lieutenant. Which will make this a 1/1 and it will die. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty fine. So they gain a life and we deal 1 damage, so nothing really happens, except they lost some creatures. I would really like to get my Divine Visitation on the board, because then we'll have a legitimate chance of kind of sealing the deal here. Another Knight of the Ebon Legion. Okay, at least they don't have, like, global lifelink right now. That would be a big bummer. I would love to see them attack right now. Okay, that's pretty sick. So we play that. We can deal them only 5 damage right now. Because we create a 4/4 flying angel with vigilance that is unfortunately comes into the battlefield tapped, but you know, you win some, you lose some. So if they draw Sorin here, or if they draw land here to play Sorin, we're in big trouble. Okay, we're in... Okay. Yeah. That's a bummer. I think we... Do we... I think we still win because Sky Knight Legionnaire is gonna give us what we need, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. We should be fine. They can't attack. Oh, okay. Yep. This is a big one. Nice. See that? Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. I love that the Heroic Reinforcements creates 2 tokens, but also Hero of Precinct 1 created another token. They all get haste, and they're all 4/4 angels. You gotta love that. What a fun end to... Now, honestly, I don't like the vampire decks that, like, spend a ton of their life early. It just feels so precarious, you know. I mean, it is. I guess it is an aggro deck, so it's kind of what you want to do, is gotta live on the edge a little bit. Opponent goes first. We don't have a creature. I'm gonna keep it. This is dumb. I know I'm gonna flood out. Every time I keep a 4-land hand, I draw a land on the first turn. What did I say? What did I say? We play that, and then we pass. And now we have 5 lands and 3 spells. Sick. Okay, well, if they play... okay, Elvish Rejuvenator. So this is looking like... I don't know. I don't even know what this is looking like. Okay, we'll go Sky Knight Legionnaire, just get damage in. We're holding our removal spells for stuff. For creatures that are more scary than Elvish Rejuvenator. I guess this is this Field of the Dead. Okay. I wish I had... dang. We can do a lot in the next couple of turns. We can do a lot. I'm not too scared because since we have flyers, we can get over their blockers once they start creating zombies. But I'm worried they're about to get there. If they have anything that can give them more lands, we're going to be in trouble. Growth Spiral. Okay, so that's 6 lands, all with different names, so they just need a 7th, which they don't have. Cool. Let's actually do that instead of Temple of Triumph. We're going to go ahead and play Heroic Reinforcements, try to win the game in the next turn. Go to combat. Let's see if they... Okay, Assassin's Trophy. We're going to... Yep, buddy. God's willing. It's a clutch card. And that's a game. Let's go. We got it. We got it. I do like the standing desk. I feel I can be a little more mobile with my dancing. Like I can do one of these and get my whole body into it, you know? It's pretty fun. But okay, sorry. Back to the game. What am I talking about? Back to the game. All right, let's play at least one more game. These two have been pretty good. I want to see a matchup where we actually like. I guess we kind of struggled against the first. We did struggle against the first opponent, but I'm almost hoping to lose, just so it doesn't look like I rigged these games. Okay, yeah, baby. Let's go. Temple of Triumph, Scry. So we get a Hero Precinct 1 on turn 2. Unless, so it depends on what we see here. If I see mono red, like if I see just a mountain, I'll probably hold on for a turn. Yeah, keep that. So if I see a mountain here, I'll probably hold off because they can just shock. Okay, Vicious Conquistador. In that case, I think we go ahead and play Hero Precinct 1 now. I'm a little bit nervous that they're going to have a cast down. Yikes. Disfigure. Dang. Bummer. Yeah, I probably should have waited. But you know me, I like to be a little aggressive. Do they have another Conquistador? A drill bit? Ah, frick you, man. There goes my God's Willing, probably. Okay, let's do Knight Vanguard for now. Hold on to Knight Legionnaire, because, I mean, that means we can get more damage in total. Well, I guess it equates to the same. Or they just, have Walk the Plank, and then they attack me, and they probably have another drill bit, or something, I know, just a Conquistador. That's fine. Okay, we go. Legionnaire. Do we attack, though? Do I want to block? I think I have to start blocking stuff or I'm going to die. I can't really be aggressive right now. Because we're going up against a more aggro deck. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Okay. Oh, so it's actually Rakdos. Yeah, it's kind of, maybe I should have played Legionnaire instead to actually sufficiently block. Yeah, because I can't actually kill any of these with this block. I just prevent a damage. And if they have Carnival Carnage, I'm screwed. Okay. So we can do that. Oh my god. Ah. Why? I just punted that. If I had attacked first and he blocked the 1/1, then I could have done it. But turns out I'm a big dummy. Hey. And they're gonna pump him up. Oh, or not. But he gets a counter, and yeah, that's GG. There's nothing I can do. Yep. That's game. Okay, we'll go ahead and concede. Try to get another game in for the video. Yikes. Yikes. Not ideal. Again, I feel like this deck doesn't excel against other aggro decks, and honestly, our deck is really not an aggro deck. It's a slightly slower aggro deck. It's closer to mid range just because there's a little bit of setup to it, But yeah, that was a bad matchup, and let's keep. Yeah, this is fine. We actually get to see Hanged Executioner. Yay! And I have a cool art for it. Ooh, is my face right in front of that? Yeah, my face is right in front of that. Oh well. Maybe I need to find a new spot for my face. Okay, well, we'll get Mr. Vanguard down. Thornwood Falls. So this is starting to look like Bant Scapeshift or Sultai Scapeshift. Because most decks don't play Gainlands, or whatever they're called. They called Gainlands? I think so. Shock in the breeding pool for a growth spiral. Okay. Let's attack. Oh, this may be Flash. This may be Simic Flash. Uh-oh. Okay. I mean, I still attack, obviously. What could they even flash in here that would be problematic? I'm not sure. Merfolk Trickster? Okay. What? Yeah, I'm gonna resolve that. I'll let that happen. And then I'll response the Trickster. I want to keep my Vanguard alive. And God's Willing did not really cut it there because it didn't get rid of the Trickster. Which is what I wanted to do. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I forget Merfolk Tricksters exist. My turn. Cool, another God's Willing, so we'll go to combat. I'm kind of expecting another one right here, actually. Or maybe they're just holding for counter spells right here. Hard to say. Okay, so we get the token and okay, we go to damage. I'm thinking they're holding a counter spell here. Which is fine. I'll play my Hanged Executioner anyway. If they sabotage this, it's not the end of the world. Ooh, Borker. Little Borker. Yeah, we resolved that. That's fine. That's fine. We've still gotten a decent amount of damage in already. One thing I'm scared of, though, is if I draw a land and try to play Divine Visitation, it's just going to get countered. That's actually kind of problematic. But I do like holding God's Willing here. Just in case of... Okay, go to my turn. There's a land. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I attack... Man, I feel like if I attack, I'm probably attacking into a Night Pack Ambusher or a Merfolk Trickster. Am I greedy, though? Do I play the Divine Visitation first so I can get the token, the Angel token? But I know they've got a counterspell, right? They've got a counterspell. So I'm going to go to attack first and hopefully draw out their mana to a Night Pack Ambusher, right? That's my hope. So they've got 4 mana up. Or maybe they play Merfolk Trickster. Anything that uses up their mana is great so that I can get Visitation in. I need that to hit the board. And I also would like Knight Vanguard to still be alive when it does, but we'll see. Okay, damage. Yeah, I mean, right, they've got to... Okay. We try it. I'm trying it. It's getting countered. Frilled Mystic. Okay, that's fine. It's a shame, but it's fine. we still kind of control the board. We can keep putting pressure on at least. What you got, Raka? What do you have? Okay, Hero of Precinct 1. That's pretty fun. But let's go ahead to combat first. Let's do this. Yeah, we attack all. Of course they can block a token, but I'm not worried about that because I make a token every turn. Okay. And then we try to get in a hero. They're opting. Okay, does that mean they don't have a counterspell? Okay, they kept on top, so that tells me they probably just found their Sinister Sabotage that they needed. Or not. Fine. Or they drew something they wanted. Probably a Night Pack Ambusher. I'm just scared of that card. I think it's really strong. I don't like it. No, I do like it. I think it's cool. It's just strong and scary. I always end up running into it on accident. We'll go to my turn. We're going to play Justice Strike on Frilled Mystic. Try to clear the blockers away. They might counter this. If they do, no biggie. But it does create a token for us. And I want to do that before Hero Precinct 1 gets killed. And that, does that give us lethal? No, it doesn't. Okay, unsummon. Okay, fine. They unsummoned. They can't play it again this turn, which is great. Yeah, we're going to attack all because I've got a God's Willing ready for the Merfolk Trickster that's probably about to come in right here. Yep, resolve that. Boy. You play that on... Okay, using the ability on Knight Vanguard. Probably blocking Hero Precinct 1 though. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, we're gonna God's Willing on you because we need to keep you alive. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Nice. So yep. We had it. I really wish I'd made it to the Chance for Glory there. That would have been super fun. But now you see how the deck works, and it is a beauty. I love it. I love it so much. I do think it probably needs a tiny, not that one, a tiny bit of tweaking, a little bit. Do I have a sideboard? Yeah, things that you can run in the sideboard. So Revival Revenge is not in these colors, but the good thing is you probably would never play the Revenge side. You never need to play that. But Revival is a multicolored spell. It gets back a lot of things that we like from the graveyard. It gets back Tajik, it gets back Knight Legionnaire, it gets back Hanged Executioner, or Hero Precinct 1 especially. That's the most important, obviously. Or Knight Vanguard. So Revival is actually pretty nice for 2. You get a lot of value out of that. Other things, obviously, just shocks as removal, potential forms of removal. And then Legion Warboss is another thing that creates tokens consistently. This is one of the reasons I like Vanguard so much, is that it creates a token every turn once you attack. Legion Warboss is the same, except slightly better, because this doesn't have to attack to create it. And it has Mentor. So, except this isn't flying, and it's not multicolored, which is why I choose Knight Vanguard over Legion Warboss, like, for sure. But if you're playing a version of this that's not going to run Hero Precinct 1, you just want to run Boros tokens with Divine Visitation and, other stuff, you can definitely run Legion Warboss. It's a very good option. It's pretty much anti-Teferi, like if you have a baby Teferi on the field, you play Legion Warboss against it. It does pretty well. So let me know what you guys thought of this. I am so glad to be back, and I'm glad you're watching my videos. And stay classy, San Diego. That's the quote, right? Okay, bye.